Greetings. I'm very tired, so this is going to be a tired kind of video. Anyway, I'm bleaching my hair. So I've got roots that are difficult to see because my color didn't fade as much as my roots as I thought it would. Yeah, so gonna bleach and get a section, and then I will be back. I'm back. I have my usual sectioning situation happening. I'm starting up here this time, and I confess that I went a little bit too hard on the oil for the lengths of my hair. I just put it on so it kind of makes it easier to section, but yeah, I might have gone a little bit overboard, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm starting here this time because of my break-in situation. And yeah, I'm gonna make it work. I definitely cannot tell where my roots are. It's okay. It's all okay. Plan, because this purple didn't fade as much as I expected / wanted it to, is to just pull a little tiny bit of bleach through the like inch or two, like this part. I don't know what to call it. That part. Just kind of as like a little bleach bath thing towards the end just before I rinse it, and hopefully that'll pull more of it out. But more importantly, I am back from a holiday and it was a good time. Phil did well with his pet sitters. They loved him, which is fair because he's a very lovable cat. Also, I'm sick, which is, well, I don't really know what I am, because I've definitely got a cold. Fucking public transit, I tell you. So I don't know if it's just the cold or if it's like cold plus jet lag, but I'm so fucking tired. Like, I can't. I'm so tired. I've been home for a week and just like exhausted. I can hardly get through a day. I went to work the day after I got back because it was snack weekend. That's the only real reason I went to work. Because the cold hadn't fully set in yet at that point, but oh damn, the time since. So I've had a couple sick days. Fortunately, it's not a point in my work rotation where I work a lot. It's kind of during my less busy week. And I think, yeah, like there's a couple like vacation days. I have to pre-book my vacation for the year quite far in advance. So I just take like some random days off, and a couple of those random days fell during this week, which seems kind of weird. Yes, home from vacation and taking vacation days, but here we are. This is life. This is adulting. But yeah, Phil did well. He didn't seem too stressed or anything. They sent me updates almost every day. A couple times they forgot, which would in theory be fine, but like in my head, because I was like, well, I'll ask for a daily update. That'll be okay. Like I'll do okay with a daily update. No, 12 hours would go by, and I'm like, he's dead. I know he's dead. There's something terrible happening. There's something bad happening. I know it. So yeah, maybe a daily update's not quite enough, but anyway, I got home and he's okay. I'm just beginning this video with reassuring things, because if you watched the last one, I was not in a good headspace. So I was in a better headspace once I'd actually left. Okay, I'm gonna do this side off camera, and then I will be back and talk some more, and actually talk about the actual holiday. Okay, I'm back for talking. Was my battery almost dead? My God. So I went to Barcelona, London, and Berlin for Dimash concerts. No regrets. They were all amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I was a freaking hot mess before I left. Like a hot mess. No, I was spending my days like crying, compulsively cleaning, or about to vomit. Like I was not in a good state. Yeah, but yeah, if you don't know, it was my first long holiday since my cat Howie died on my last long holiday, and I was in Armenia when he died. It was fucking awful. It was so bad. Yeah, so I was anxious prior to leaving. Yeah, flew to Paris first just because of the disorganized way I booked my flights. P.S. I'm using the usual Schwarzkopf, BlondeMe, and the less usual, but usual until I run out of it, Igora powder. This is mixed to be like a little over 10 volume. The huge. Anyway, the flight to Paris was so fucking hot. Like it was so hot in there. I would estimate about 28 degrees. Like I begged them to turn on the heat twice. And of course, you know, I'm always too hot on planes. Like it's just a thing. I'm always too hot in general, but in airports and on planes, I'm always so uncomfortably hot. And I'm like, I had a t-shirt on, my pants rolled up to the knee, and like I can't take off any more clothes. Like, please turn the heat down. This. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a pilot thing. It was one of the hottest flights I've ever been on. It was so like using, well, of course, the newer WestJet planes don't have a fan. Like, you know, there's no little fan that you can control. Because at least, you know, I've got that on full blast. It helps. But yeah, no more fan, which, but I got through it. Flew to Barcelona from there. And of course, I got in like after dark and well, and by the time you like I know I could figure out the metro, but by the time you've been in transit for like 16 hours, you're like, no, I'm gonna take a taxi. Like, taxi it is. Normally, I am not enough of a baller to take a taxi, but yeah, when I'm arriving in a new place, like it's a taxi it is, because yeah, that's not the time for pretending like my brain is functional. What did I do the first day? I think I just basically went to a grocery store, got some wine, and passed out. Second day, Dimash concert. I had a good ticket. It was amazing. It's always amazing, but it was amazing. I didn't realize that my Dimash friend from Poland was going to be there, so that was a nice surprise. She was a couple rows behind me, and all of a sudden I get this message like, hey, I didn't know you were going to be here. Like, hey. So I had somebody to socialize with a little bit before and then after the concert. Oh my god, his concerts are so amazing. Oh my god, the feelings. It gives my heart feelings. Oh my god. Yeah, Barcelona was, we always know when it's like Spanish, Latin fans that it's going to be pretty high energy, and it was, which is a good time. But the only thing I really wish for is that there was a standing zone, because oh my god, I hate sitting down during concerts. And I get that like most of his fans are 60 to 70-year-old women and they don't want to stand up, but like I just want to be standing. It is what it is. Like I get the people who want to sit down, just, you know, be further away and like have a standing zone for those of us who want a queue because I want a queue. But anyway, it's fabulous in every way, as always. Went for a drink after the show, and it only cost me €2 for a beer. Well, $2.50 for beer, which for Canadian, that would have been like $15 at home if I went to a proper bar and had a beer, because they're just fucking, I don't know. Maybe not 15 because I never drank beer, so I don't actually know how much it costs, but it's a lot. Definitely not the equivalent of like $4. Yeah, and then the Barcelona concert was on a Saturday. Yeah, it was on a Saturday. And the London concert was on the following Wednesday, so I had a couple days to kind of cruise around Barcelona, which I'd never been there before, so that was interesting. Luckily, I didn't run into any big live protests, because I've had a lot of anti-tourist protests, I guess. But fortunately, I did not run into any. And of course, in typical me fashion, I got there like I didn't do any research at all on what you do in Barcelona and what you see in Barcelona. So I get there and I'm like, what to do in Barcelona? So I did a lot of the typically touristy things. Do not recommend the Rambla. I don't know if I got there during cruise ship drop off time, but like, oh my god, the people. Oh my god, it was shocking. Plus, they were doing construction, so that made it a little bit more hectic. Yeah, I did not really get the appeal, but weather was good for me. It was like 15 degrees, which is good for me because again, I'm always too hot. The metro system was really easy to figure out. Once I got to the point of figuring it out, I found a statue of a big cat. Well, by found, I mean I googled it and then I walked to it. What else did I do the day of the concert? I don't know, just like went to a cafe. The worst thing, like I'm used to traveling by myself, but the hardest thing for me is going out to eat because like I don't like going to restaurants at the best of times, and then I'm trying to go by myself and I don't speak the language and it's very overwhelming. And I went to a restaurant, I got a total of once, and just like pointed at something on the menu that I wanted, and that's not what they brought, which whatever. It's my fault for not being literate. And then once I got it, I discovered it's just like a plate full of shrimp and lettuce. And then I discovered that I don't know how to shell like cook shrimp. Like, oh my god, this is very overwhelming. So that was my one and only restaurant experience. Usually when I travel, I just like go to the grocery store and get little, things to eat. What else did I do? I went to Casa Batlo, just like a Gaudi thing there. They're big on the Gaudi. Also, Barcelona was so easy to get around in. Like I could navigate without being completely dependent on the map on my phone. Go to a couple of places and I can figure out how to walk back to my hotel, which is nice. It's nice. The very worst example of me being constantly lost was Prague. Like, I never want to go back to Prague. I was so fucking constantly lost. Like, I literally like turn a corner from my hotel and be completely lost. But anyway, we're not talking about Prague and how much I hated it. We are talking about Barcelona because I liked it. Yeah, nice grid system. Even like the older part of the city where it's just not grid systemed was quite nice and easy. Yeah, Casa Batlo was okay. It's pretty, but like, was this worth like $60? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough to appreciate architecture. Then I went to the Sagrada Familia, which was amazing because I caught it as the sun was shining in. I'm going to mix up some more bleach just a second. Okay, now it's closer to 15 volume. Okay, so oh, right. Yeah, if you want to see, I put some pictures and videos on my Instagram. And maybe I will remember to pop a couple in here at this point, but don't count on me because I'm not reliable. Yeah, it was incredible with the light shining in. Oh my God, it would have been incredible anyway because I love me some stained glass, but just so noisy though. And like, I am not Catholic, you know, was like baptized. My mom's family's Catholic. Went to Sunday school for a couple of years. Was wanting to steal the glue sticks because I thought the glue sticks were amazing. I did not steal the glue sticks from Sunday school. I did not steal from church. But yeah, that's like as far as it went. Like my parents were not religious. They did not force me to be religious. I'm not religious. Anytime I step into a church, I feel like I'm going to spontaneously combust. But then I discovered, like, you know, I sat on one of the pews for like a little quiet moment, and the people next to me flipped down the little like kneeling bench for praying and put their feet on it. And I was like, oh, it turns out that I'm Catholic. It turns out like the shock and horror. Like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, so it turns out that I still have that much Catholic left in me. Yeah, thankfully they were told off by a member of staff pretty quickly. Like, I can't deal with this. This is, oh, I was shooketh to the core. Yeah, turns out I'm just enough Catholic enough to be horrified by that. Yeah, amazing with the light. Yeah, I don't know. Anytime you go into one of those places, like, you know, it's a church, it's supposed to be kind of like peaceful, but it's so full of tourists. It's just like noise. I was there with the organ plays, I think, every half hour, they said. And like, it's so noisy in there, you can hardly hear the organ. But I don't know if it was, besides that, one of the coolest buildings I've ever been in was the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. So I don't know comparison wise which was more spectacular. I don't think they really can you really compare. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. And I was gonna go to some other Gaudi park that's a big tourist attraction, but I was not organized enough to get tickets in advance. And I don't know if I really would have found it worth it. Because again, I'm not very cultured. So instead I just went to a free park that was right nearby. Carmel? I don't know, it's just like right up the hill. Just very pretty. You got like a nice view of the city skyline and the ocean and stuff. Like, you don't, back to the Sagrada Familia, you don't realize how big it is until like you see it and like how much taller it is than every other building around it. It really sticks out. Yeah, and plus it was nice to just get away from people for a little bit. I'm not a fan of being around crowds and noise and people and city. So a little park time was nice for some downtime. So then I went to London. And yeah, I've been to London several times. I don't think I'm quite at 10, but I've been to London a lot of times. So I did not feel obligated to do any touristy things. Unfortunately, I knew some people there. So I met them for supper, had me some fish and chips, you know, check off the London, well, UK checkbox. Everyone got pickpocketed while we were at the pub, which sucked. But at least the bank refunded her. It's like a great fear when traveling. Well, of course it would be at home too, but I never really go out at home, so who's gonna pickpocket me? Yeah, great fear with traveling. But yeah, fortunately it worked out, but stressful because of course she was traveling too, and it's the last thing you want to do when you're on a holiday. But yeah, worked out. And London concert, oh, I had such a good ticket. I was like right in the middle in the third row. It was so good. And yeah, energy was different, but it was still good. He played at the arena that's right next to Wembley Stadium. And like the second I saw a glimpse of Wembley Stadium, I'm like, I need to watch Harp right now, which is the Muse concert that was filmed at Wembley Stadium. And now that I'm back, I have not watched it. I should, because I kind of forgot about it till now. But yeah, coolio to see Wembley Stadium after I've seen it so many times on Harp. There was, at one point, I was going to go to some concerts there, but there was a ticket catastrophe and I canceled the trip, so I'm not going to get into that because it was not a good it was not a good time. This video is about good times only. A weird sectioning thing happening there. I videoed all of Fire, which I don't know why it doesn't have an official release because it's such an amazing song. I can't put it up on YouTube because copyright, and he's asked to not upload clips longer than a minute. But yeah, oh my god. Okay. I've got a new cell phone. I thought it was the battery, but it was the memory card. So that was a bit of a faff. It's gonna screw up my timing. Actually, no, whatever. Now I'm gonna make this a bit stronger. Okay. Let's increase, because I was not quite at remixing point yet, but I'm gonna make it a bit stronger since I just wasted like 10 minutes. And every 10 minutes makes a difference. So this will be a little closer to 20 volume. A little bit more developer. What was I talking about? Berlin, right? What to do in Berlin. So did like a few little touristy things, Reichstag, Holocaust Memorial, that arch thing, Brandenburg Gate. They're all right next to each other. So, and had a little downtime in a park with zodiac sculptures. I think I went to another place, but I don't remember what it was. Berlin didn't blow me away, although the metro system is very thorough and was easy to figure out, kind of. Switching between like metro and tram, I'm like, where the hell am I? Where am I supposed to go? But it was okay. I figured it out. And it was nice because it's not so fucking loud as the tube. Like, you don't realize how loud the tube is in London until you go on like a metro system that's not deafening you. So yeah, that was nice. Oh, I didn't complain about how expensive London is. Jesus Christ, it's gotten so much more expensive. Oh, damn. It's bad. Brexit, man. Anyway, then concert in Berlin, and I made a strategic choice for the Berlin concert and got a front row ticket, but it was way, way off to the side. But that was the only front row ticket I could get. Way off to the side. which worked out for me because A, I was in the front row, and B, he jumped off the stage during the weekend and held my hand. My inner 13-year-old. Oh, my inner 13-year-old. I could go on. So I never wanted to wash my head again, but unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. Yeah, that was another wonderful concert. It was the same set list for all three, which is fair. I'm used to this from Muse concerts. Sadly, Autumn Strong is gone from the set list, which is very sad. The one real complaint that I have is why the fuck do we need to do Give Me Your Love twice? Because I don't like that song. It's like the most capital G generic pop song. And yeah, it's like fine once, whatever, I can deal with that. But then a second, like even longer version at the end of the show, like, are you fucking kidding me? We're doing Give Me Your Love again. So yeah, 3 concerts, and I heard Give Me Your Love approximately 8 times, maybe more. But yeah, that's my one complaint. That was good. Really good time. Good time. Was impregnated. They're 13-year-old, let me tell you. What did I eat in Berlin? Then again went to the grocery store and had some doner kebab, which was pretty good. Just I can handle, going up to like a street booth and being like, I'll have this. What do you want in it? Everything. Like, just give me everything. I don't know. Don't make me panic here. Not as good as the kebabs in Turkey, but that's to be expected. And currywurst, because somebody told me to have that, which was I wouldn't have it again. Yeah, that was all Berlin, and then I had to be up at I went to bed at like 2:30, and I needed to be up at 3:30. It was rough. Yeah, and trip back to the airport, dick around in the airport. Like, I get just like a panic moment because, well, more than a moment, a panic 40 minutes standing in line to check in, even though I only had a carry-on bag. Because I only had a carry-on bag, they had to look at it and make sure it wasn't oversized. And like, goddamn, can't you do this in a more efficient way, Air France, than having me stand in a fucking 40-minute check-in line where there's only one person checking people in for these. It's Dimash. This is a happy video. So I almost missed my flight because the check-in line was so fucking long. Well, there were 12 people in front of me and it took 40 minutes. Yeah, almost missed that flight. And then I got to spend a joyous 5 hours hanging out at the Charles de Gaulle airport because I could have chosen a 2-hour layover, but that burned me really bad one time and I missed my flight going home, and then I ended up having to stay overnight and then fly home through Toronto, and it was hell. Like, no, I would rather get up at a stupidly early hour and not risk it. So I didn't risk it. I probably could have risked it, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't need that kind of airport stress in my life. Especially when you're like trying to get around a new airport and change terminals, and it's too much. Yeah, so I made it home. 9-hour flight home. It's a long time to be on a plane, especially when you can't sleep. And like, I don't sleep. I'm not a good sleeper. So I kind of like waited until we got our food, took my handful of pills, And then, because you know, I'd basically been up for 24 hours, started doing like the while I'm waiting for my tray to be picked up. I can't pass out until the tray comes. Yeah, so then I slept for all 3 hours on the plane before getting home. And since getting home, yeah, it's like a combo of jet lag plus sick, and it's not been a good time because, yeah, my sleep schedule is completely broken, and now I can't sleep more than 3 hours, period, like ever. So it's fucked up, and it's not been nice. And I've been home for a week, and I'm like, I just get back to regular. Phil punished me a little bit when I first got home. He didn't come to the door. You know, I get home like, Dingus, where are you, Dingus? I was just lying in my spare bed. I'm like, what the fuck, you little fucker, you gotta punish me. Yeah, not too much punishment though. And yeah, it's much. Yay, he touched my hand. I'll also try to pop a couple of pictures there. I'm gonna just finish this bit off camera, and I will be back later. Okay, I think it's cooked enough. I don't want it. Fuck! I got this. That's dumb. Yeah, I don't want it to be white blonde because I don't want to overprocess. And I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. I'm just gonna do not a full bleach bath, just a little bit. Pull out hopefully a bit of this purple. So yeah, this part of my hair is still in reasonable shape. I don't really want to fuck with the ends too much. And this is a little bit messy. Yeah, I forgot to mention when I was away from my regular hair care routine using a shampoo and a conditioner bar. Ooh, shit. Like, the amount of hair that broke off was not good. Yeah, not good. But it's a good thing that I trimmed it a little bit before I left, because otherwise it would have looked even more rough. You'll be able to see it. Okay, maybe I'll just put them on my hands. This is too difficult. Everything's too difficult. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna put it everywhere. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, also, I went to the Berlin Wall too. That was the other place I went in Berlin. And just not do a very good job on the very ends. Okay, I think that I'm gonna leave this for like 5 minutes, and hopefully that will do something, do enough. Yeah, I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. Okay, I will be back once it's dry. Okay, normally I'd wait till tomorrow, but look at this little shnoodle dude. Look at that. Look at that little ringlet. It's so small. This side, of course, I don't have a nice curl pattern. Just, you know, sometimes I get the little one and then I'll brush it and it'll just be a disaster. And also this hair is straighter than the hair underneath because that's the way it goes. Anyway, about the bleaching job, it's a little bit orange. Let's just do more of the, you know, purple ends. Yeah, a little bit orange. I don't know if it's because of the orange and yellow, or it's hard to tell where it really. It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, it's a little bit orange in there. Anyway, I would rather underprocess it than overprocess it. And I'm not missing any hair. It's still a tiny bit damp, so I don't want to like brush it. Yeah, so I need to figure out what to do now.